Hello, everyone, and welcome to my solo run in R.E.P.O. This is going to be part one in a hopefully many-part series, or, it could just be two parts. Because honestly, things can be going super well one moment, then, you get knocked into a pit by a duck the next. Okay, so usually this will have stuff in it, but clearly it was knocked over in the creation of the map. When the map was being made, like loading in, it decided to just drop it. So that's fun. This is one of 4, almost 5, maps in R.E.P.O. This is the Museum of Human Art. Yeah, like you can see up here, it still has stuff in it. How did I just jump like that? So, as you get to higher and higher levels, there's going to be more monsters, they're going to be more dangerous. And as you can see, the people, humans, they don't like the semi-bots, such as this guy. But, yeah. As you can see, we haven't run into any monsters yet, which is quite nice, to be honest. Because, I'd end up like this. Not even joking, I would end up like that. But, because valuables can get hurt, broken, I'm gonna leave them there. The duck. Now, the duck is one of many enemies in the game. I do not recommend petting the duck. If you try to grab the duck at all, there's a reason it's called the apex predator. It's so famous. There's, as you saw right there, that giant frog looking thing, that is called the clown. But it ain't funny. I'll tell you that. I missed. I missed the moldy bread. Ooh, sweet. Now if you hide for a bit, the duck will lose interest, as you see. But while it's locked on you, it will always try to get in your way so that you accidentally will grab it, or it's going to be hitting its head on stuff you're holding, which it's not going to hurt the duck most of the time, but it will start breaking your items, which makes them lose value. Like if, here I'll basically demonstrate with this, right? As you see, it's damaged a little, so it lost value. The duck's gonna be making sure they lose as much value as they can possibly lose, or just break your stuff entirely. As you can see, I'm hiding from the duck because I want to get as much as I can, and I don't need that thing breaking at all. The duck will just wander around the map for the most part, and it's a tier 1 enemy, but that does not mean you should take it lightly. Treat it as you would literally any other monster here. If you can, kill it. Unless it's gonna take too much of your health, then that's gonna leave you open to get killed by literally anything. There are some enemies that you can kill literally by doing almost nothing, and others that you can avoid just by doing, again, almost nothing. Also, you can dodge their attacks if you know how. Now, once you finish an extraction, in later levels you have like 2, 3, 4, up to 5 extractions. You'll need more and more cash as you go. Maps will get bigger. But once you finish the last extraction, all the monsters will instantly respawn and be on a 5-second respawn timer. So if you kill it, it's just going to come back 5 seconds later in the next room. Now, I always recommend when you get to the first stop, if you can, get a health pack. Get a health upgrade, right? Because that is going to be one of the best things you can do right now. Because it will make you basically impervious to the first attack of whatever it is. Something attacks you, it's not going to be able to hurt you, or kill you at least, in one go. You will die to a lot of things on the second attack, but you'll be able to survive attacks from even the fiercest of enemies. And crystals, I like to buy them early on because they give you energy, as you see. Got one. Oh my god, I forgot to click. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Yeah, you have to click the button next to the thing in the shop to buy the stuff. Clearly. No matter how much you play, you will forget the simplest things. You'd be like, oh, I have 600 plus hours of experience. And then forget not to touch the duck. And yes, you can break doors. If you have enough force, you can break the doors. As you can see, I do not have enough force. But you do have a strength limit, which, I can't pick this up by itself with the strength I have, so I put it like that. I use the cart, and that's how I transport the heaviest of items. Just by doing that. Then there you go. You will have roughly like 3 times as much stuff like cash in the map than what you need. So if you need 20,000 total, you'll have roughly like 40 to 60,000 in the map. And always look on the map. Look for like one-way rooms, like, oh, this room leads to another room, right? If there's a room nearby that doesn't lead to any other rooms, I recommend check those out first. Also, green plates like that, green items like that, break upon impact with literally anything, even air. And now that might seem over dramatic, but they've broken the air, I swear. They are the most fragile things, so just be aware of that. That is the Huntsman. Now, in single player, voice chat is disabled, but in multiplayer, they can hear your voice. All of the monsters can hear you, but he can hear you from super far away, and he'll snipe you. He does 100 damage, so if he hits me, it's run over, period. Yeah, as you see, as long as you don't get found by him, you're fine. He is blind, so don't be afraid to walk by him, but never run near him, okay? That's important. Never run near him. Always walk or crouch. Like this. Don't grab stuff next to him or grab him. He will He moved the cart and shot at it. That's how sensitive he is to sound. But yeah, green cups like that you want to be aware of. Just don't drop them. Oh yeah, you can also use them to get rid of troublesome doors. Yeah, rooms like this, one way. Check them out. Oh. Yeah, you can dodge his shots. Just a little tricky. You can if you're super good and super precise. You are able to throw or hold an item between you and him so it hits the item and not you. It is very tricky. So just be aware of that. But as you see at the top right, there are 2 extraction points instead of 1. And he is close. You can tell he's close because of the humming. He took my cart. He just took my cart. Now, that's another one of them. It's an eyeball, where it forces you to look at it. Right? Doesn't seem that bad, but it will then start to damage you. That's the thing. So, just try to get away from its point of view. If you can break line of sight, you'll be fine. And also, in some maps, it's good to just walk around, find where all the valuables are. That'll make it easier, because you can look on your map. All the yellow dots are valuables. Now, I know where basically all the valuables are here. And I can then just head over to them with the cart, pick them up. Let's see, is he coming in here? He's coming in here. It's a fat stack of cash. It's worth $600 or $500, something like that. And a doll is worth more. Moldy bread is worth as much as this giant stack of cash. I know it's technically called moldy sponge, but it looks like bread. It looks moldy. It's moldy bread. This map has a lot of fragile items, so just be aware of that. And also, if you can gain enough distance from an enemy and stay away from them long enough, they will despawn for like 5 minutes. That might not sound like long, but it's quite a while. It gives you quite a bit of time. And it's always good to figure out where all the extractions are. And in later maps, when there's like 3, 4, 5 extractions, I always recommend finish the get as much as you can in the extraction that you start with, then activate the second farthest extraction, not the closest, second closest, because Like I said, at the end, everything is on like a 5-second respawn timer. There's going to be a lot of dangerous monsters. You're going to want the shortest distance between you and the truck. It's going to give you the best survival chances. Also, making noise like that ribbit will alert monsters and can also, you know, decrease their spawn timer. Because monsters, for every second you're making sound, that's 5 seconds off their timer. Yeah. There are some items, like this music box, that do make you do things like how it makes you spin around and all that. It's not good when it's placed in tight spaces or under things, but it is one of the easier ones to handle. Now, as you see, got quite a lot of money. And when you have all this excess money, I'll let you see. You get a big sack of cash, which is worth as however much you had extra. As you see, every second it's going to do 2 damage, 2 HP. Now this personally is my least favorite map. It's a lot of people's least favorite map because all these tight corners and corridors and all that. Also how dark it is really messes you up. Now I recommend whenever grabbing stuff from out of there, I recommend either grabbing it like this, or if it's in the back and you can't reach, grabbing it, but do not, under no circumstance, go like this. Also, whatever you're holding, it's going to be shot up and hit this and break, or to lose a lot of value. Instead, take the time to turn, bring it out like this, then put it in your cart. It's going to give you some extra cash. It's going to be nice. That's what happens when you're not careful with the huntsman, sadly. Oh. If only I'd bought that upgrade. Game over. No matter how experienced you are, you're bound to make a mistake once in a while. Ah, Swift Broom. Once you do get a good run going, you'll really start picking up pace in your levels. Because if you get like a really bad start, you die early on, of course, you're not, like, yeah. So if you get a really bad run, you're doing really bad early on, you also aren't getting as much money, which is hindering you later in the run, making you less effective. While if you get a good start, like say Swift Broom Academy, which I personally feel is the best map, because it's bright, open doorways, very easily memorized rooms, and just overall it's a really good map. If you can get a good start, good enemies to go against, then you're gonna have a much easier time later on. Yeah, like I said, break doors. Now, one of the best items you can have in this level is this gravity potion. If you break it, it makes a big sphere of anti-gravity mist, which can stun monsters. You can grab them effortlessly, no matter how little strength you have and how much they weigh. They weigh nothing. It also helps for items. Now I know the monsters are in one of these rooms. I really don't want to know which. Or I would like to know which. But we're gonna hide. As you see, we got love potion, we got stone slab. Hey, they are not in this room, so now I know where they are. So, let's just grab all this. Now, potions, they're very fragile, along with mushrooms, so be very careful. Don't hit them on anything. They will break instantly and you lose all of it. There are some potions that in some cases you do want to break, such as the green potion right there. It will give you 10 HP when broken, right on you. Does not seem like much, but if you have like the eye after you, like the eye hurting you and you had a health upgrade. Oop, trudge. That is one of the enemies. So the trudge is a tier 3 enemy. It has a vacuum effect. It's the slowest moving enemy, but it has the second most health in the game, 500 HP. It's very heavy, comes out at 13 strength, which is the maximum strength you need to pick up anything. When you have 13 strength, you can pick anything up. Certain monsters such as the trudge and clown, they need 13 strength to be picked up, while enemies such as, say, the duck, when stunned, take nothing. This is the spewer, which latches onto you, in which if you puke on your teammates or onto valuables, it damages it. But same thing with enemies, it can damage enemies. Where did the trudge go? Now it will let go of your face eventually. You just gotta give it time. Like that. Let's go, flies off. See what else here. If I really need to come in, I will take this bug with me. There is that diamond I'm getting. No doubt about it. Now, usually you're gonna need to make multiple trips, but as you see, the diamond might be the last thing we're getting. Might be nothing else in here after that. Who knows? So we got quite a lot. Oh, there's more. We got more than 3 times the amount. We got 30,000. Which is really nice. Really nice start to the run. And there's still an item we need to grab. I don't even remember what the item... Oh, right, it's on the table. It's a bug. I wonder, how are bugs worth $500? Is it like a mystical bug? Something? I always recommend checking your map. You can actually use the map to see where monsters are. Because, you know, like roughly. Say I close this door, right? Now look. Door is closed on the map. If a monster walks through, it's going to show me the door opening. So I know there's a monster there. And to hurry it up and get out. And I promise you, later on in runs, you're going to be needing much more than a cart to carry everything. Sometimes the taxman will be very, very cruel. The taxman is the guy that gives you these missions and all that. But he can be very cruel at the end of the run. When you click this thing to go, he'll then just keep doing a bunch of money marks, which takes up valuable time that you might be getting attacked by a monster fighting for your life. So he essentially is getting you killed. Getting a double jump purely because I'm gonna need it later, and you know, rather get it now. But I recommend stocking up on crystals early on in the run, purely because they get more and more expensive as the run goes on, as you're getting more money. So best to stock up early when they're cheap. And I still have $3, so obviously I'm gonna get a stun grenade. Grenades won't always be cheap. They're always gonna be either $3 or $2. Now there's multiple types of grenades. There's the human grenade, which is a weaker version of the normal grenade. Has a smaller radius, does less damage, but it's slightly cheaper. $1 cheaper. Now I know it says 1,000, but technically it's just $1. Essentially. That's how I view it. Also, you can hold items in your 1 slot, 2 slot, your 3 slot, no other slots. So, choose your items wisely. For solo runs, I will recommend the defibrillator, which, if you die, it will resurrect you, which saves so many runs. A neat little trick, if you have a very high run, like say level 27, it's gonna take you so many hours to get to level 27, trust me. But if you get to say level 27 and a monster kills you and you get your defibrillator revives you, you can choose to just exit the level and that'll save your run. Oop. No! Dropped it. There we go. Like I said, always check the one-way rooms. Check every room close to your start before working outward. And always check under the bed. The bed is a very common place. It is one of the best places to hide from monsters. There's one monster that can show up on level 3 and beyond. It is called the Loom. It always knows where you are if you're being targeted. But underneath the bed is a good spot to hide from it. Because you can just... so it's going to try, say you're over here, it's going to try and come over here to get you. You just walk over here, it's now going to try to come over here to get you, then you walk back. Just keep going back and forth, and it will eventually lose interest in you. It does have patience. And you can wear that patience down. For a while, anyway. Now, the dog is not that big a threat if you make sure to pet it. It'll then just run off, do its own thing. You'll be fine. If you don't pet it for 10 seconds or it gets hurt by something, expect pain and suffering. Though it's just a tiny dog, it has the most health in the whole game. Oh, what was that? It has the most health in the whole game and turns into a gigantic killer monster that will relentlessly pursue you after it grows like thousands of muscles in its arms, legs, and body. But if you last long enough and not die, then it will turn back to normal. After you successfully pet it, it's like a 10-second timer where it's just gonna wander off, not bother you. After that timer ends, if it sees you, it's gonna come over and be like, pet me, or I will kill you. So yeah, just pet it. Do your team a favor. Hey, I'm gonna figure out what monster there is. It's always a good idea to know what monsters there are. I hear footsteps, big ones. So it's either the clown or it's Blowtie. Blowtie is giant white stomping thing that has the worst breath you've ever seen. Now, I don't think it's Blowtie purely because I don't think he's a tier 3 monster. And the second level will always have a tier 1 monster, such as Elsa or the duck, aka the apex predator. And it's always going to have a tier 3 monster, such as the clown, or Trudge. Is it Blowtie? Because Blowtie has the heaviest steps. He's easy to tell. It's easy to know when he's near, because all these footsteps. Take a look. It is Blowtie. Oh, so he is tier 3. Never would have guessed, honestly. He has the strongest breath of anyone. I'll tell you that. If you know someone who has really bad breath, at least their breath isn't killing people. Literally killing robots, it's that bad. Its breath is killing robots. Robots can't smell things. They can tell what smells are made of and all that, but they can't smell things. They aren't affected by smells. And this thing's affecting them with smells. Also, this is what a cosmetic crate looks like. The most common are green, followed by blue, then purple, then the super rare one, that's yellow. If you find a yellow, you are lucky. The higher you get in runs, the more likely you are to get higher tier cosmetic crates. Also, the heavier they get, because green ones, pretty light. Blue, a little bit heavier. Purple, pretty heavy. Yellow, my god, that's a lot of weight. Yeah. If you can extract a cosmetic crate, and it's very important, and finish, like survive, you'll get the cosmetic. But if you die, you lose the cosmetics you got. So if, say I extract this and die, I lose it. So, it's important not to die. So just think, is the cosmetic worth me possibly losing the run? If it's yellow, really think about it, because, you know, that is very good stuff right there. That's actually how I got this really cool hat right here, the visor. Like this, I grab, and I pull it out. And then I get up, put it in. Now vases, they will break on contact with anything. And the only things that can't break with contact is this soft area, you know, the extraction point, and the cart. They are padded beyond belief. So yeah. You can take it and throw it in here as hard as you can. As long as it does not bounce out, you'll be fine. Now, the reason I'm not extracting yet is because I want to get more stuff. No! Just broke a thing. I just broke a thing. Broke a good thing. Yeah, that's blow tie. Like I told you, bad breath. Yeah, there's a second extraction point. As you see, underneath the $1 I have, a blue box showed up, and that tells me, you know, I got the cosmetic, as long as I can, you know, survive and complete the level. If I don't survive, well, bye cosmetic. Oh, I forgot about that. So, it under like pretty low odds, it can exchange a tier 3 monster for multiple tier 2 or 1s. I'm pretty sure I saw a second blow tie. Yeah, 1, 2. Yeah, it exchanged 1 tier 3 for 2 tier 2s. Did I leave the cart? Right. Left it in here. Now, I recommend putting the cart, if you have it with you, never leave it in a hallway like this, because monsters will come over, and if it's in their way, if it's not moving, they will destroy everything in the cart. They will attack till they can get by. Trust me, you'll lose possibly tens of thousands of dollars purely because of negligence. No. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I thought he was about to hit Elsa. If Elsa got hit, well, gotta run. Gain as much distance as I humanly possibly can. Yeah. After Blowtie blows like once or twice, he will then go stomp off super quickly, damaging everything in his way. Now before I bring the cart over, gotta come over here, figure out what all is there. What all do I need? And what have they broken? Because they've already broken some stuff. Okay, frog, chalices, watch. Through here, okay. Also, as you see, my greens super slowly start to turn green. If it turns green fully, that will explode and damage me a bit. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you just gotta put her 5 times, and she'll leave. Don't you skimp on those pets. She'll make sure she gets all 5. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. That's what happens if you miss it by even an inch. You'll pay the consequence. As you saw in the shop, there was an upgrade called Tumble Launch, which I'll show you in a sec. That's a normal tumble. Oh god. Oh god, nope. I'm not doing that. Yeah, you don't want to set off that till you get literally every single thing you possibly can. Be greedy. This is literally shopping, but horror. It's literally like going to the mall. Except, you know, everyone at the mall is trying to kill you. Even your friends. Literally, if you look it up, it'll say that semi-bots, which you, when you play this, are a semi-bot. Semi-bot. They are one of the most dangerous enemies. Semi-bots are one of the most dangerous enemies because, you know, if you tumble into someone, then you're gonna knock them down and they'll be ragdolled, right? Won't be able to do much. They can grab you, they can, you know, shoot you accidentally, they can blow you up. They're just dangerous. But that's what makes the game fun. Finding out how many times you can betray each other. Before, you know, someone absolutely loses it. His breath is bad. His breath is bad. Yep, I told you, his breath is horrible. Could have been smarter. Now we'll be doing one more. Do one more try for this part. Hopefully it goes better, and I promise I'm not usually doing this horribly. Oh my god. I'm telling you, Manor's horrible. Hate it. Some people absolutely love Manor. Those people I ask why. Because there's nothing wrong with someone liking Manor. I just want to know, like, why? You know what I mean? Why is Manor your favorite? Because Manor's never given me a reason. Ever. In the time that I've played this game, it has never given me a reason to like it. Too many fragile things. Corners are super tight. Hard to transport things. Like, it hasn't given me a single good reason. Unlike Swiftbroom, which has given me only good reasons. Yeah, globes on the toilet. Now, the hardest item to transport on such an early stage is, yeah, like these. So you grab it, bring it out, then it's gonna pop you up. Especially for things like this plate. Because it does break on impact with anything. You can open the safe, check there. Yeah, Swiftbroom's giving me only reasons. It's just a really good map. Buddy. Yeah, this is the birthday boy. If you pop his balloons, he comes at you in an angry rage. attempts to kill you. You can move? Buddy, you can move. Just drilling all over the floor. If I grab your eye. Okay, we're gonna go see what other monster is there. Now, he will not attack monsters if they pop his balloons. Oh, I know those guys. They're monsters. Yeah, like that. But if I dare touch a balloon, oh, I'm gonna kill you. Then I throw him into a pit shortly after. Oh boy, it's the rogue. That is one of the most dangerous enemies in the game. You do not want to run into the rogue. Especially not on this map. The corners are so tight and narrow, and it's super quiet. So you'll walk, 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 and you're already dead. Now, if anyone is currently watching, I'll let you give the choice. Do I keep going, probably die to the robe, or turn back and traumatize a birthday boy? Also, a thing with the robe is, if you're standing and it's standing and it attacks you, it's going to do 100 damage. But if you're crouched under something and it comes over and attacks, it's going to do 50 damage because it's crouched down. Okay, I guess it's just walking off. The robe is one of the greatest examples of things breaking my stuff. The robe's done it more than anything. Literally more than anything else. It's broken more of my stuff than every other monster combined. Comes over to my cart. Oh, I see the tiniest tip of it. Let's go over. Break, I lost 20,000. Oh, look, now I can't get in the extract. I just lost because the robe broke my stuff. Like I said, very good tactic. Close the door so you can check the map, see if a monster comes through. As you see, I'm checking the maps a lot because I can check right now. Hey, look, it just opened the door. I didn't know. Continue looting, and oh look, it's right behind me, and I die. Now, hopefully, it despawns. But not gonna, rely on that. checking all of in here because that's one item. Anything else? Anything else? No. So there's no reason to bring the cart in here. I just need to carry this to the cart. Like right up here. Turn. Hey look, robe. I died. Oh god. I might need to pop a balloon. Oh my god, this child. Okay. That is the first time I have ever died to the birthday boy. I'm telling you, the manor is cursed. It is a cursed map. I always hated it. Especially before I get a gun, because there are 4 types of guns in this game. There is mechanic, or not mechanic, oh my god, I'm talking maps. There is the pulse gun, which sends out a pulse beam which knocks things away from where the beam hits. Right? Kind of looks like an alien's beam, or like an alien's gun. There is the regular gun, which it's accurate if you know how to shoot it. It does, I think, like 80 or 100 damage, something like that. Decent damage. Better than basically any melee weapon. But basically, see the little circle here when I'm pointing something? Basically think of that as where you're aiming. It's not going to shoot dead in the middle. It's always going to shoot slightly above the circle. Think of it as a full circle. Slightly above the top of the circle. That's where it's going to shoot. So if you know how to aim it, shoot it like that, you'll be fine. Then there is the tranquilizer gun, which is honestly one of the best guns in the whole game. It will tranquilize whatever you hit for like 20 seconds, which is a long time. Grab it, throw it in a pit, or run past it. You do you. And then there's the shotgun, which low accuracy, but that's how all shotguns work. Has a wide spread of it does 250 damage, so you know, highest damage in the whole game, except for pits, which are infinite early on anyway. But the shotgun does the most damage, but it costs the most. Costs the most out of all the guns. Strength gun is very affordable, so you can get it pretty early if you're lucky. And yeah, that's all the guns covered. Melee weapons, there's one melee weapon I will never ever say use. Only reason someone would ever buy it would probably be, purely because, oh my god, gnomes. So, gnomes, they're tiny, you can grab them, break them instantly. Oh my god! This... God. Can't even try to explain gnomes. But gnomes, they will target your items before they target you. They can do 10 damage. They can be lifted as early as level 1, as you saw. 0 strength upgrades. They break on impact with anything. And yeah. They're more of a nuisance, if anything. They're gonna break all your stuff if you're not taking care of them. So just be aware of that. Now, Mechanic is a fun map early on. Later on, it actually has one of the worst rooms in the game's whole history. It is known as... hang on one sec. It is known as the vent room. The vent room is very narrow pathways in a large open room where one misstep is going to lead you to your death because you're going to fall in a pit of acid. It's the most annoying room in the whole game. Everyone, well, most people, hate it, myself included. Now this is one of my favorite maps overall because, as you see, very open, decent lighting. Now this is the only green item which will not break instantly upon touching anything. Also, as you see, I cannot see that wall, but if I turn slightly, I can't see it. Lights off, still can't see it. If I turn slightly, you can see it. It's easier to spot things like that. I'm coming over here to, drop the card off, or at least stuff in the cart. Now, I'm hoping I get a somewhat easy... Oh, that little baby laughter you heard? That is the Shadow Child, which is a tall, slender, black, smoky figure, which, when you look at it for 3 seconds, it will attack you, dealing about 50 damage. But as long as you don't look at it, like, it could be at the very side of your screen, but as long as you're not looking at it, you'll be fine. Now, the thing that's worrying me is I have not run into any monsters, so I have a feeling I'm just gonna walk over to the extraction, and it's gonna be right there. Just in my truck. That was a very easy level 1. Honestly. final extraction in each level, any excess money there is, it's not just going to put in a bag. It's going to take and add it to your total. So if I have, say, 100,000 excess and I put in the extraction, all the extra money that is not necessary for the extraction is going to be put as money I can use in the shop. Always buy strength upgrades when possible. I will buy a tumble launch, I can show you. So remember, that's how far I can go with the regular tumble. Here's the pulse pistol. It's always good to have more ordnance on hand. Yeah, now I have a health upgrade, so that's gonna help quite a bit. Guys, I'm not just gonna get one shot by literally everything. I should be able to survive. Once I have 4 strength, I'll be able to pick up the balloon child, meaning I can go pop his balloon, grab him, pick him up and throw him off. Also swift broom. Really nice. Now as you see, lots of rooms that way. One room this way. And yes, these do technically count as tiny rooms, but I'm talking about the area. Section. So put into different sections. So it's one section as compared to, you know, like 15 or something. Just check everything that's close. Okay, nothing under the bed. There's rarely anything ever underneath the bed, but, you know, never hurts to try. Check. Mushrooms. I have lost so many mushrooms. So many mushrooms have been lost. Now this map has some of the heaviest items in the game. One of the unnecessarily heavy items is a wizard's cube item, which is a big block, about as big as, you know, this crate, but it weighs so much. You need so much strength just to barely carry it. Also, if you listen closely, you can actually hear monsters in the distance. Sometimes there are monsters like, say, the rogue. You can hear its wail, which lets you know, hey, the rogue's here. It's probably breaking my stuff before I even get it in the cart. Gotta go kill that guy. Oh. The robe also moves much quicker when you're looking at it. So if you don't look at it, it's gonna move about as fast as you are, maybe slightly slower. But if you're looking at it, well, you best be sprinting. And even then, it might still be faster. What item is here? Is that under the table? Oh, what? Oh, I'm just oblivious to the diamond on the table. The goblin head is an annoying item to move, if anything. As you see, in just the first 4 rooms, we've got 20,000. You're gonna put your cart off to, after you're gonna let go of your cart, go do things. That is the cleanup. As you see, he has a lot of heads around him. which gives him a 360-degree view. And if he sees you, he will throw his head at you, which will explode, doing 85 damage, and it leaves a residual mist, which will damage you. The explosion can also damage other enemies, so beware of that if you have Elsa here. Okay, he's left. Magic wand can shoot a projectile, which makes the wand lose a little value. Hey look, cosmetic. And can also damage enemies and other valuables nearby. So just beware about any valuables you see. With valuables and all that, if you're going to use that as a weapon, just think. How much does it cost? Right? Like, how much is it worth? How much is it going to take for me to kill something? Like, hey, I could use a bunch of these potions or a bunch of these little tarot card things and kill a monster. Cool, but how much value are you losing? What monster is it, you know? Is it worth it? Because monsters, when they die, you get a little soul, which is worth decent money. But you gotta think, how much are you losing? So you don't want to spend 5,000 on like a duck or something and get 2,000 back. And you could just, you know, take a tiny little side track and, you know, get away from the duck. Boom, fine. Yeah, you want to try to maximize your money. Which, you know, greed can, in some cases, get you killed. I know, but, you know, what's the point in just barely getting enough? You know, be greedy, get all of it, as much as you can. It's like collecting rent. There's some giant killer monsters that, you know, are living somewhere that you don't know. You're just going to somewhere. It's like going to just some random family in a different country, being like, hey, you owe me rent. It's basically what we're doing here. Of course, they're not going to be happy. They're going to want you out. Basically, the feeling this gives me is just going to some family's place and like, give me rent. They know ransacking their house. I don't know why it just feels like that. Like just ransacking these monsters' house. Now, with items like this, you gotta be careful, because if I say grab this, then just, you know, bring it over like this, it would have taken a bit of damage, because it very nicely nicked the bottom of that, then would have just been broken. So you gotta be very careful when picking things up like this, as to not damage it. Also, before putting in the final extraction, one thing I recommend doing, right, come over here. Okay, we have more. So, just crouch down for a sec, refill your stamina. No monsters are nearby. We already know what monsters are here, so, you know. Oh, we missed quite a bit over here. This potion, the screen one, if you drop it on you, like I said, 10 health. Super good for if something knocks you. just under 100, and you have a monster that deals 100. Really good for those situations. Put that in. Then we run. See how much farther I launch? As you saw, the cleanup crew's in there. When the cleanup crew dies, his head will come off and it'll bounce around and shortly after explode. If you hold the head, it will explode much sooner, so just be aware of that. Now, you can actually herd the cleanup crew if you do it just right. As you see, we got a cosmetic. Service station. Sometimes I do pretty bad on the first level or two. Once you start to get a good run going, you really pick up speed. You go from dying in basically every other run to, hey look, now we're getting somewhere. Let's see. Melee weapons, sword. It's okay. Don't really recommend if there's a gun nearby. Now the extraction tracker, never. I promise you, not worth it. You can look on the map and find extractions pretty easily. Yes, there are secret rooms such as this, which the duck bucket. The duck is that big of a deal. They made a whole bucket for it. That, my friends, is a cluster grenade. Shoots out 3 human grenades after an initial explosion. Which will be getting tumble wings, another tumble launch. So we have 16 left. I'll be getting sprint speed. Getting that. So we have 6 left. Extra range, that will be greatly appreciated. Now, this is called Scout. You can ride it. It's pretty fast, right? Don't recommend. It's very fun to use. You can run monsters over, but you can be using quite a bit of your energy on it, and it's good for, like it says, scouting, but not much else. So, for how much it costs, I don't recommend it. And also, you could be doing other stuff, such as, using the car, getting things done. Also, fun little trick. Put it back in inventory. All fine. As you see, I'll show you once we enter. Let's see, mechanic. Now, remember how weak my tumble was? My tumble launch? That's tumble launch and tumble wings combined. Very powerful duo. You can see your upgrades on the left side when holding up your map. So if you're not sure if you have enough strength for something, figure out how much strength you need, how much strength you have. There you go. You'll find out if you have enough strength or how. Ooh, a cosmetic. Now, since we're so close to the extraction, I'm just gonna bring it over. Now, as you heard, there's a little which means it took damage, because if it takes too much damage, it will just explode and you don't get it. Now you can hold this right here to give it some of your health, so you can prevent it from exploding, so you can get the cosmetic, in theory. I usually don't need to do that, or want to do that, purely because it's not needed, as long as I'm careful. If I'm not careful, that's on me. I don't deserve that cosmetic. Because clearly, I'm not taking care of my stuff. Gotta be taking care of my cosmetics. This is the jackhammer. I'm not touching it right now because I got other things to get. Always try to get a bunch of small items instead of just one big item, unless it's close. So you can spend a long time on one big item, while it's one tiny item. It takes so much less room, so you can fill it with the... As you see. That, forgot his name. Usually just called the alien. So, you know, looks like an alien. There's the trudge. So I'll close the door there. Now with the alien, I'm just calling it. It will create a levitation field around you that picks up everything, kind of like the gravity potion, but it affects, or it can create its own. I guess that orb. I paid 3,000 for that grenade, and it gave me an extra 1,100. Plus, I don't have to deal with it for like 5 minutes. So that is really good. Grenades will almost always be able to make their money back. Almost always. Say almost, because, you know, sometimes someone might just use it on like... Oh, what just opened the door? Oh, that door. Yeah, grenades, unless you use it on, say, a pack of gnomes or something, it'll almost always make its money back. Also, if a camera takes damage, it will make a big flash of light and stun you. So just be aware of that, be careful, and, you know, use it on your friends. Take their picture as, you know, they fall into a pit. It's a fun way to go. I had my picture taken. Cool, how'd it go? I died. You what? I got my picture taken, and I died. How? Eventually, you'll be able to run so fast and so hard that doors break. You're literally gonna break doors by running. What did I leave for you? Calculator. So what I'm gonna do right here is gonna bring all this over. Take the biggest items, put them in here. So you see, all the biggest items. leave everything else in. Come over here. Because it's leaned up against the wall so nicely, I can line it up. I can just, boom. Boom. Now I got the jackhammer. If you'd rather multiple human grenades instead of, a cluster grenade, you can always, activate the cluster grenade if you time it right. Then it'll pop out the 3 human grenades as the thing goes in during purchasing, and it'll buy 3 human grenades instead of 1 cluster. For those that want human grenades instead of cluster. I'm hoping it despawned the trudge, but I do not know until it's too late. It did not. As you just heard, that's the trudge. Now, I'm gonna figure out where it is. Is it down here? It is not down here. Means it could be upstairs. Okay, it's right at the bottom of the stairs. If you are hiding under something and it saw you, it will go over to wherever you're hiding under and stick its long, tiny clown head underneath wherever you are and start biting you. It'll keep biting you until you're dead or you leave the spot. Is it coming over or not? Can't make up its mind on what it wants to do. It's heading back upstairs. So I'm just gonna take this because I am on a time limit. If we're taking into account the meditative alien adds a time limit. Now if you hold this, if you click the red button, like that, then you will activate this little flamethrower, which can be used to kill enemies. You stun them, or, you put it on your car, you can go, basically a mobile flamethrower, go kill stuff. Or, you can just go and extract it. Yeah, it can be used to kill enemies. These mugs, they are very worthwhile. They break very easily, but they are very worthwhile. If you see the mug, it takes up very little space and it's worth a lot of money. So, try to get a bunch of mugs. Where is it? It's like right. like right above me. Yep. It's gonna try and find me. Now you'll notice later, once I get the defibrillator and a gun, I'm gonna be so much more, let's say, brave and willing to, you know, fight these things and risk my life. But until then, mainly just going with a hiding strategy, or you know, if need be. Grenades, grenades, and more grenades. Ooh, server tower, that is good. Now these phones right here, they will sometimes vibrate, which will attract literally every living being to come to you. So, you know, not fun. Like I said, giant stuff cannot lift. Lay it down on the cart, lift up the other side, you'll be good. Now it's just a matter of if you know how to maneuver things. Like that. Sometimes you're just gonna have to, you know, do things like this. Now I'm trying to lure him over here because I'm needing him away from that server tower. If he breaks that, I'm losing like $20,000, which I really need for upgrades. Or a gun. One or the other, both are valid. That's the vacuum effect I was talking about. Then, you know, come over here, let him see me, let him walk over. Yeah. Did I just see the psychiatrist? That's the closest I can think of when I hear his name. As you see, I just gotta run. Dude, are you stuck in that room? Here, let me go away. It's I think like 40 seconds. 1. They have 10 HP, which you can throw them, but if they roll over, right? Then they have a chance to survive like that. At that point, they're like 1 HP. Looks like he has not gone upstairs. I think he's despawned. Just like sliding a mattress down the stairs. If anyone's ever done that, it's basically how it goes. How much did I just... Okay. Not too bad, honestly, for... What did I just hit? There we go. How much money do I got in here? 7,000. Okay. Gonna put the card in. And then I'm gonna put the server tower in. Purely because the card's not gonna activate this. Because my card isn't worth that much. As you see, if you just let yourself roll, you can roll quite a distance. As you see, gnomes will always, gather up in a group. They're just communicating, talking away, and as you saw, the psychiatrist just teleported. Broke them against each other. If you're fast, you can actually just fly past the psychiatrist. But if you tumble launch, it's gonna then pick you up, but you're at the very rim, you already have the momentum, and you're just gonna nudge your way out. Like I said, once you get a good start going, you can make it far. Oh, the defib. The worst gun is the pulse pistol, I will tell you that. We do not need a pocket card. I'm going to get... the explosive mine. Extra health. Sprint speed. Got a sleeve. Now we're at level 4. That health really helps. Same with speed. Now we've been lucky enough so far to not have seen the loom, which you'll know the loom is after you, because whoever's targeting will have hands show up on their screen. I know some people may be like, what do I mean by hands? Well, you will see eventually. If you plan on playing, you will see what I mean. This egg is one of the most annoying items in my opinion. It's just annoying. Some of the items are really big and just not worth the money, but you look, you're like, I want the money. So you transport it back anyway. Because look, it'll be on its side, and it puts itself right up. Cannot be tilted while I'm holding it. So it's just a pain. So in areas where it would really... What's that sound? It could just be me walking, but in areas that would really benefit if I was able to tip it, I wouldn't be able to get the said benefit because I can't tip it. Now, yep, just lost 700, but as you see, I was able to hit it and not lose everything. Didn't explode or anything, so it's fine. But as you see, we need less. Last level we needed 15,000 per extraction. Now we just need 12, but that's because there's now a third extraction. That's the shadow child over there. See the outline? I got that shadow. Okay. Place it right there. Honestly, how long have I had my double jump? I already forgot what upgrades I buy. I honestly forgot I had extra jump. I recommend sprinting for a sec, purely just because it will give you a little boost when you start crouching. If you have tumble wings and launch, you can tumble up here super quickly. Nothing in there, so it can only come from there. As you see, this, when you grab it, you and every other person within sight of this will be drawn to see it, to look at it. So just know that. that if your friends are holding something super delicate, they're gonna drop it. If you really want to troll your friends, do it. If you're trying to work together to actually get the quota, warn them. Now, the reason I'm coming up here so much is I'm making sure I'm not gonna die from something in there. Also, on tables like this, the robe cannot really get you. Its arms are so short and stubby. Oh my god. Also, the reason that I am not grabbing this and holding it, because if I hold it, so if I hold it, it's gonna grind up a lot of money. Now, if I want to, I could just bring this to each extraction point, get out of here. But, as you know, I am greedy. I am the greediest you'll ever meet in R.E.P.O. I swear I keep hearing something. The only times I'm not greedy, like not super greedy, get everything, is when I see there's a yellow cosmetic raid on the line. That thing's rare. I want that cosmetic. Look, there's a cosmetic. There's not always going to be a cosmetic in every level. But there will be in quite a few levels. Just be aware of that. You can also re-roll for a cosmetic in a level if you want. Like, hey look, in this level I didn't get a cosmetic. Exit, re-enter, you'll get a different map, different monsters, and possibly a cosmetic. Or 2, or even 3, because you can get a maximum of 3 cosmetics in each level. On levels like 12 and up, or something like that, you can get 3. Big items like this guy, pretty nice. We got the burger crystal. Now, I will always recommend find the extraction point you're going to be doing, then take your big money bag, usually it's going to be big, and put it off to the side, because it's easy to lift somewhat, and doesn't take much room, so you can just toss it in last second. Also, at each extraction, especially the first one, gather as much as you can. Because the more you can put in the first extraction, the less you're going to have to, Jenga last second into this extraction, or the next one, or whatever extraction you have left. So always try to fit as much as you can in the first extraction. That's less work you have to do for the following extractions. Now, there are certain monsters that have a higher chance to spawn on certain maps, such as Headman Manor has a slightly higher chance for like the Robe and Headman. I know, strange enough, Headman Manor has a higher chance for the Headman. But yeah. I'm just gonna come over here. This is one of the most common rooms. Is the ones with, you know, multiple levels. Yeah. As you see, just looking at it, and if you look at it for 3 seconds, its hands will slowly start growing out of its back till, you know, the 3rd second, where it lunges them at you. Dealing quite a bit of damage, but looks like whatever monster's here is either just really good at hiding from me, or despawned. Which, you know, I'm hoping despawned, but you know, can't count on it. Did I just break it? My God, you child. The Shadow Child likes to get in your way, by the way, if you haven't noticed. But that's not one of the most, or it's not one of the enemies that likes to get in your way the most. That's gonna have to go to Bella. Bella is a little ghost girl that rides on a tricycle. I knew I wasn't hearing stuff earlier. That right there, that's the chef. It is a frog with kitchen knives, chef outfit. It sees you, it'll pull its knives out, then just launch itself at you, ragdolling, while swinging its knife super fast. Can do quite a bit of damage, but, you know, easily predictable. Same as the clown. Frog-based monsters are very predictable, it seems. Because the clown, if you're crouching, right? If you're crouching, it's always gonna aim its laser at your head. So if you're crouching, get up, jump over the laser. If you're standing, preferably standing, just duck when it starts shooting its laser, and it's gonna just fly over your head. Hey, look! Speak of the devil. It's the clown. At least I know what monsters are here. Once you know what monsters are on the map, it's so much easier because you know how to maneuver, how to do things, you know how to play, like you know how you're gonna get through the level. Like, hey look, there's the eyeballed Shadow Child and the clown. Okay, I can be more open. I know not to look at the child. Gotta be aware that there's an eye in the sky. And the clown, predictable. If there's a headman, I know to be very cautious. If there's a robe, be even more cautious. Like, once you know the enemies on the map, you can play accordingly. I'm gonna put this in extraction because there's only 2 more items I need to grab. The gigantic gumball. The gumball machine. Now, I always recommend having the defibrillator in your 3rd slot. Always have it on you, by the way. But I recommend on the 3rd slot because the least likely slot you're going to be grabbing from. You're always going to be more likely to grab from 1 or 2 with your middle finger. You're not so much going to be using it stretching over to 3. You'd be taking your pointer finger, clicking 3. But your pointer finger, you want to manually keep on W and be able to maneuver it to S or E. That's at least how I do it. Yeah, you want to have it on 3, so that's just going to be easiest for you. Keep your weapons or drones in the more accessible slots, so to say. I'm sorry if I talk a lot, but I like to be informative when I play. And if you don't like me being informative while I play, explaining and talking a bunch, feel free to mute me. Just mute your screen. I will not judge. Yeah. Just gonna sit here, get my stamina. The clown has 2 attacks. Here, I'll show you. Okay? That's how you avoid that. I'm not going to show you his other attack because, I just want to get out of here. But his other is a kick. He'll get close to you, and I'll try to kick you. Pretty easy, just jump over it. You're fine. But it's always preferable to have to just duck under the laser instead of jump over it. You gotta time your jump a little. You gotta time your jump quite a bit more than just simple. Once I see the laser, I then duck instead of Oh, this is the best melee weapon. Does 100 damage. Costs quite a bit. My God, can we just get a good gun? Honestly. Also, as you see, guns do push you backwards. As you're currently walking forward, guns will push you backwards. Let's see. Now, I will always say, I recommend getting 4 speed upgrades, right? Have 4 speed upgrades. That'll be plenty for speed. Then you can start focusing everything else on stamina and crouch rest. Let's see what we get. Got a boot. See, this is the type of star I was hoping for earlier, but, curse of the manor. The manor is cursed. Now, usually by now, I would like to have a weapon. Not just an explosive mine, but like an actual weapon that, preferably shoots. Yeah, this is a good run, as you see. We're at Crescent Moon. Monsters are now harder to knock down with valuables, and the truck heals less money. Or not money, health. I'll learn the difference between money and health one day. Yeah, the map is large. We need more money. Like 4 monsters or something here, if I remember correctly. But luckily, because I have not seen any hands on my screen, there is no Loom. Loom is the most dangerous enemy I could possibly come into contact with right now because, you know, like I said, it always knows where I am. And as you see, this is one of the pits. Pits here aren't like most of the pits where, you know, it's just abyss. Maps all share an abyss pit, you know, like nothing down there, literally just death. But there are also other types of pits, such as like the acid pits. Oh my god, sir. Sir. Can you not? Can you not? I'd prefer you not shoot me. That would be nice. Yeah, see. My god. Sir. No, never mind. Yeah, this is how the defib works. Be wrapping it up for the day. Yeah, the defib heals 50. Yeah. Be wrapping it up for the day. I'll be doing part 2 tomorrow. I'll be going from, so gonna try and go in intervals of 5. So 1 to 5, you know, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, so on and so forth. But have a good day, and check out my dad's YouTube. He does the Division. I bring a little diversity, like R.E.P.O, Peak, Timefall. But yeah, check it out, and good night.